Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
And I'm Chris Yee.
Today we're taking a look at Sushi Go Spin Some Dim Sum. Oh, Spin Some for Dim Sum, sorry. I don't think they needed the 4.
You ruined the whole take, Tom.
Start over.
This is a game that is the third in the Sushi Go line, well technically the fourth, because there's Sushi Go Party, which is just Sushi Go with more stuff, and then Sushi Go Dice, or is it Sushi Roll? Sorry, Sushi Roll, which was the dice version. This one came out with no, as far as I can tell, no fanfare or announcements. It just showed up in Target, right?
I think it might have been an accident. Like, it might have been a product put out a little bit earlier or something, because it was not on the Game Rights website. But I was instantly excited about it.
Right, because I really like Sushi Go Party a lot.
I really like sushi too.
Well, yeah, there's that. But sushi is also used it's one of the most used themes in board games for whatever reason. In fact, this game here, which has a spinning device, is not the only game to come out this year with spinning sushi
With the dim sum theme, yeah,
right,
that's
so,
true.
That's true. This is actually, is there even sushi in this game?
No, it's dim sum. Yeah.
But they know that Sushi Go has like a good, it's like, it would be like calling Jurassic Park. Well, Jurassic Park 2 doesn't take place on the same island, but they're going to call it Jurassic Park, right?
But it's not even Phil Walker Harding.
It is not. It's not from the same designer.
Yeah. No, but it said it was inspired by his game. So the folks who made this were inspired by it. Anyway, let's take a look at how it plays, and we'll be right back. This game is 12 turns. At the beginning of the game, you're going to put a plate in front of each of the different things, depending on who's playing, and that's just going to show which spot is yours at the dinner table. So if I'm the red player, this spot here is mine. Players will start with some chopsticks, and what you do on your turn is you take this one, whatever dim sum is there, that's yours. However, I'm like, ooh, I really want that one. Then I can rotate it 1, 2 spots, but each spot that I skipped, I have to put a chopstick in. Whoever takes those will get to keep those chopsticks. You get a point at the end of the game for every 2 chopsticks you have. Also, if you have no chopsticks, then you have to take whatever card is here. This one's also the steamed bun. Whoever has the most of these cards at the end of the game gets 3 points. Whoever has the fewest will lose 3 points. But you also get this squishy steamed bun that's in the middle of the board. If you still have it at the beginning of your next turn, on a future turn, you can spend it by putting it back, and then you can just rotate to whatever one you want and take that one. If you take this, you take it from another player, even if they already have it. The rest of the stuff is just basically located here. Small sesame balls are 1, large sesames are 2. Chive dumplings, you need 2 of them to get 4 points. 0, if you have just 1, it's worth nothing. Egg tarts give you more points the more you get. You need a set of 3 of the shrimp dumplings to get 7 points, a set of 4 shumei dumplings to get 12 points. Turnip cakes are 2 points, but only if you have an odd number. And then you'll find these different special plates out here. These you will get 4 points for if you have these 4 dim sum on your menu. As you get the cards, you're just going to put them around the outside of your board in these various spots. And when everyone has 12, the game is over. Mechanically, any game that spins better work right, because I hate things that don't spin smoothly. Mm-hmm. And this one's fine in that regard. I thought it spins. It's easy to see the stuff on the top, and I really like that your little mat, you put the stuff around it. That's a kind of it doesn't matter, but it kind of gives you an idea of what you have, and you can look at everyone's boards.
It lets you know when the round is about to end, or the game is about to end. Yeah, sure. It's kind of a countdown clock.
Yeah.
And storing it.
It also uses one of my favorite mechanisms, which is the whole, basically take something from a line, and if you don't want that one, put tokens on until you get one, the chopsticks. This one's different because it's a circle. I don't think I've ever seen this done with a circle before. It might be, I don't know. But I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about that part of it, because there's a couple things in regard to that. One is the pink bun, or whatever it is, that lets you spin anywhere you want. The other is the chopsticks themselves are worth points. I almost wish they weren't.
Really?
And I'll tell you why, because it can slog the game down.
Because you're holding on to them.
Somebody will just hold on to them. If there's no reason to hold on to them, then you spend them. If you don't have any to spend, you got to take what's in front of you, fine. And you might hold on to them. Then the only reason would be to stop other people. But if I get points from them, I might not take them, and that can slog. Everyone's just, after a while, they're like, I guess I'm just taking what's in front of me.
I like the I like the chopsticks. I like that they score because then it makes it worth taking those cards at the end of the game that have built up with lots of chopsticks. Because you're like, oh, this is a scoring card. It's worth practically nothing because nobody at the table can score it, but it's got 6 chopsticks on it. That's worth 3 points.
I think that they're worth a small enough amount of points that they feel worth spending, but also the game doesn't score very high. And that surprised me.
That's what I'm going to say. I was going to say, yeah, you said they're small, but look, the biggest problem I have with this game is the scoring. It really is. Sushi Go was like, hey, collect this, get this. Here it's like, get 3 of these or get nothing, which in these kind of games is fun, but in this game it feels like everything is that.
Yes.
Except there's a 1-point card. No one wants that anyway.
Sure. There's 2-point cards. People are more okay with that.
But that's the thing is I'll take the 1 and 2-point cards because at least they'll score. They'll do something for me.
Yeah, and there's 2 cards that you need a lot of, and then there's the recipe cards, and that's the recipe cards. The pink bun's my biggest problem. I'll come back to pink bun in a second. The recipe cards are by far my second biggest problem with the game because they're cool. I like them. They're 4 points, not that much, and you have to have those 4 exact things. And after a while, there's too many of them. They clog up the top every time.
They do. There's too many of those recipe cards. I like what they do. There's very few cards that are worth 4 points based on simply 1 card, right? So mathematically, I kind of see it's sort of checking out, but I agree. In most games that I play of this, 4 of the piles end up having them on top.
And you don't want them.
Right.
Yeah, they're just a waste of space. They're a total waste of an action.
Because how many cards you get in this game? Is it 12?
12.
Yeah.
12. So if you get 2 of those, then you need maybe 6 other cards, right? Because none of them are exactly the same. So you have a minimum of 5 for 2 of them. And that's if you're lucky enough to get 2 with the same 3 ingredients. And then the ingredients that they need are often the ones that, hey, you need 3 of these or you score nothing. And this one needs 2 of them. Well, I need to get the 3rd one anyway. And
so a lot of your spaces are being spoken for, essentially.
Well, and I think that there are plenty other games that do this where you have a very few amount of cards at the end of the game and you have to make that choice of do I want scoring cards or do I want whatever ingredients to those scoring. You see that in Point Salad, you see that in Chomp. But they always have that like as a separate thing. It's usually the draw pile. And so I wonder if instead of having all the cards in the round, like maybe they could have had them, you just refill it from a draw pile and you can always take the top 1 as an option. You know what I mean? There's other ways to do it that games have succeeded at, and I feel like they missed that opportunity here.
I just wish there was more point stuff. Like this one's 1, this one's 1. You get both of them, now they're worth 3. That's more interesting, but at least you're getting something. At least you can take something.
There's a few, perhaps too many set, like 2 of a kind or nothing, 3 of a kind or no points, 4 of a kind or no points. It feels a little bit samey. At the same time, though, it's very simple. And I think that's why I still like this a lot, is because this is still very much.
But would you pick this over Sushi Go? That's the thing. Sushi Go is also simple, but there's no bad cards in Sushi Go.
I would never pick this over Sushi Go, but I would still play it, if that makes sense. Like, so Sushi Go to me is like an 8.5 or a 9. Like, Sushi Go is very high. Yeah, the party edition.
I also really like the party edition.
Actually, I think it's even a 10 for me. I'm thinking of my actual Board Game Geek ratings. I think Sushi Go is a 10 for me. I love it. It's such a good package. So when I compare this to that, because it has the same name, this is definitely lower, but that doesn't mean it's going to be a 5 on my list, No,
I get that. I quickly want to talk about that pink bun.
Go for it.
Our daughter loves the pink bun.
Well, yeah, it's a squishy little bun. It's worth is it a point if you have it at the end of the game? I don't remember.
It's majorities. The person who has the most squishy bun cards.
Right. It's crazy. The pink bun, you always take it.
Yeah.
Because the majority gets points, and I think if whoever has the fewest loses points, right?
Yeah.
So you want that. That's already a benefit. If the pink bun didn't exist, you want those cards. Because again, it's a small point system. Then it also gives you the pink bun, which if you have it on your turn, you can spin the thing anywhere you want. Guess what? If you're playing with 6 players, you'll never have it on your turn.
No.
Somebody will take it from you. It almost never gets used, which is dumb. I'm sorry. Just because the cards are so good. They're so good on their own. If it only gave you the squishy button and let you spin, well, I wouldn't want it probably. Then maybe it's okay. But the fact that it's also could be a swing of points because you're going from having none, losing points, to getting points. I don't know. I just don't like it. I like it. I like the squishy bun.
You like
That's
the
cool.
piece.
That's interesting. No,
I also don't like them in real life. I think they're not that good.
It's funny though because
I know.
our daughter, when we play Sushi Go, she always goes after the desserts because they're pink and they're cute and they're her favorite. And you can't get that many desserts in Sushi Go. At some point, you have to stop, right? And so I like that in this game.
Well, you need to teach her to eat more healthy.
She can be a kid in this game, and she can get the steam bun every single time. Love it. Be so happy about it, and it can actually help her win instead of being a weird red herring.
it's the Chuck E. Cheese of game mechanisms, where a kid can be a kid.
Yes.
I get that, but I'm going at this. I mean, I really want to like this. I think the mechanisms are simple, but I think the game just clogs down. There's not enough points. You can end very dissatisfyingly where you're forced to take some recipes. New people to the game will be like, I want that one. I'll spend 3 chopsticks and get it. Oh, I never got chopsticks again. Now I'm just forced to take the one in front of me, and I'm not fulfilling sets. It does not scale well to big crowds at all. 6 is too many, I think, in this one. Because this board spins so much, and then you just have to look and see what's in front of you at your turn, which is kind of like drafting, but if you don't have chopsticks, you don't have a choice. See, in Sushi Go, you're passing around the cards. You'll get 4 cards. You get to pick one of them. No matter what. Here you'll be like, I have no chopsticks. I guess I'm taking this recipe that I'll never fulfill. This is a 5 for me. I wanted to like it more, but I can't see why this needs to exist in a world with Sushi Go Party. From the same company.
Interesting. I'm really charmed by it. I think that it is a few people really quick. A few people are going to say, "How is this different from Steam Up?" And you're the only one here who's played Steam Up. Could you speak to that for
Steam Up
quick second?
Steam Up's a very different game. It's a game where you're rotating them around to take resources out, and you use those resources, and you'll score points by getting those resources at the end of the game. It's a probably twice as complicated, although at the end of the day, it's the same level of
A strategery.
strategy. In fact, it probably has less strategy than this, unfortunately. It's prettier and more expensive. I don't like that one either, unfortunately. But it's not the theme, because I love spinning tables. Like, anytime I go to a restaurant and you spin a table, I'm so happy. I'm trying to slowly spin it when no one's looking to get the shrimp over to me. But I just, you might say it's not fair to compare it to Sushi Go and Sushi Dice, but I have to, because they both exist.
They put the name on the box.
Exactly. They branded it themselves. They're saying, hey, this is part of the Sushi Go verse. But I still really like it. I'm giving this one a 7 because I think that it still does work up to 6. And you know it's just going to be a little bit more of a chaotic, kind of a random thing.
Really chaotic.
But it does play pretty well with 6. You know, and if this one plays well with kids, it plays well with different mixed groups. And we played it with a sillier mindset with adults, and it's still fun. You can win with maybe 13 points, and I think that's what maybe throws me off, because I'm used to Sushi Go. I'm used to playing 3 rounds. I'm used to having a little bit more of that kind of mitigation. And this one just says play 1 round. That's the game.
Yeah, maybe it needs more rounds. I don't know.
To kind of even out or whatever. Because some players will have 13 points, someone might have 20, and someone might have 4. So
or
it's
even just
not,
to see all the cards.
That's true. It's not as even kiltered and perfectly well balanced, I think, as some of the other games in this line. But I still have fun with it. I like its gimmick. I like spinning it. And I think that's what it does. If you look at this and say, that looks like a fun gimmick, I think it is. So I'm still giving it a 7.
Okay, I'm giving it a 7.5. I look at this as a kid's game, for one. It's 8+. And I think, like, for a kid's game, my daughter really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun. Now, I personally will probably house rule it and pull out a lot of those scoring cards.
I think that would make it better, for sure.
I think that would make it better. But I think for a light, fun kids game that has that cool effect with the little squishy guy, like I think that it's fun. And usually pieces don't do it for me, but because it just works so thematically, I enjoy it.
Well, there you go, folks. At Sushi Go, spin some for dim sum. I really like dim sum, and I almost never get to eat it.
I know.
Anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Wendy Yee.
I'm Chris Yee.
Let's get dim sum. No, we can't. There's nowhere near here.
Sushi? Let's go get sushi.
Oh, there definitely is sushi near here for sure.